Hey, Nickie Brown here. No matter where you are, what part of the world you're in, I hope that you are having a great day. So, I wanted to talk about an interesting topic, real quick, right? If you're in the conscious community, right? Awake, aware, whatever that means to you, whatever it looks like, right? There's a heavy emphasis on being natural and having like a minimalist lifestyle. However, we live in a capitalist society. So you still have to look good and have a certain level of income in order to be taken seriously. So it's kind of similar to people who do not consider themselves conscious, right? And then some of the same things go on, the dishonesty, depending on the person. People can be just as deceptive. They're not, community focused. They're still selfish and, oh, I got to do for me and mine. I'm not doing for you. Like, this guy the other day, he said, I'm not protecting another woman. Now, protecting another woman can look different to different people. For me, right, if I'm in a relationship with someone and we're out and about and a woman comes up, what him protecting her would look like to me is him holding the door open for her, right? And not just slamming the door in her face. Him even speaking. I think it's so weird that there are some guys. Now, I know how some women can be, right? But I just think it's weird and it's very rude that just because you're in a relationship, you can't even say hello or hold the door open for somebody. Again, there may be some women who may try to take advantage of that, but just the average woman, she's just going to say thank you, right? I think it's so rude when I see men slam doors, or even just not even if he doesn't slam it, but just allow the door to close and he sees that a woman is coming. I think that's so rude, right? Again, it's such a joy when you walk past that old man and he just says hello. His wife could be right there. She could be 10 feet away. She could be sitting in the car. But just out of common courtesy and common decency for another human being, even if it's just a nod head, a lot of people walk around, and I'm guilty of it too sometimes, only because it's just become so common. I do my best though to at least look up, acknowledge people, and smile. And so as I'm looking up and acknowledging people, I see them with their head down. I see them look away and pretend that they didn't just see another human being. And it's so weird, right? Or you just see people buried in their phones. And again, not paying attention. Although you also see people walking across the street with their phones in their hand. They're not even paying attention to whether or not cars are coming. I guess they feel like, oh, well, I'm invincible, or they better not hit me. I don't know what the mentality is, but we've just become such a weird society. And the lines are so blurred. Again, someone who calls themselves being in the conscious community, but they don't have love for their fellow brother or sister, that's really weird to me. Like I had someone say, oh, well, I don't appreciate you sharing information about another sister in the conscious community who lives in a different state. Like, we're brothers and sisters. We there is no competition. There are billions of people in the world. And I've said this before. I can have a million. You can have a million. And those million may overlap. But there's more than enough money to go around. So to see somebody as competition when they may offer some services the same, they may offer stuff that's completely different. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I said, I guess what, because in my mind, if you don't want me to share their stuff with you, that means you don't want me to share your stuff with them or anyone else. And I don't think they like that very much. Or they didn't think of it that way. I don't know. But again, it doesn't make sense. And it's so sad because people don't see anything wrong with it. They've normalized this behavior as acceptable, and it's not. Even if you don't want the information, this person is actually a doctor, so they do have other services that they offer that these people don't offer at all, right? Two completely different, but there are some things that are similar or that may overlap, but there are some things that, again, they didn't have that line of study, so I know they don't offer it. But I don't even think they bothered to look into it. It was just really like dismissal, like, oh, how dare you share the website of someone else. And you know what's funny? I shared information with this other party, right, who I know within the conscious community, and you know what she said? She said, thank you. That's what she said. She said, thank you. And today I decided to reach out to her because that has been on my mind. And I just said, you know what? Thank you for being who you are. I'm so grateful for her. She has been one of the people who's been instrumental along my journey, and I'm so appreciative of her and her nurturing spirit, and she's very calming. I've never seen her display any type of jealousy or resentment or any of those things. She always operates out of love. And I so appreciate her for that. Whereas on the other hand, I guess people don't care because the same people, our thoughts become things. So you rejecting someone else, that makes people not want to deal with you. So you're pushing people away by rejecting someone else, which is making this thing that you just spoke out of your mouth come to fruition, actually. And I don't think that people realize that. You had that thought and you're making it come true with your mindset. Because again, if you don't want anyone to share anything with you, then that means you don't want anyone to share your stuff either. That only makes logical sense to me. But maybe it's just me. Because like I said, I don't think that response was received very well. But I said what I meant, and I meant what I said. So, yeah, just the irony of it all. Like, people say they want you to be natural, but when you're natural, women don't get as much attention. And that's one of the reasons why. And it's not, well, there's a few things going on, right? If a woman is single and out here uncovered and she wants to be in a relationship, a lot of women are going to do or wear what the majority of men seem to like, which is the wigs that they claim they don't like, right? Then you have the ones that, yes, it is a lot more convenient to wear a wig or a weave because you don't have to worry about doing your hair. And if you do your hair, worrying about whether or not is going to turn out the right way. So you're expected to look good again and, have this certain status or be on this certain level. But how do you get there if your community that is supposed to love you doesn't want to support you? Whether it be being supported by wearing your natural hair and actually saying it looks good, or by supporting you with product or service, or even with encouraging words, making a comment on your social media, whatever that looks like. Anyway, love y'all.